Alright, hey everybody, it is Lex1020 here, and we are playing Valkyria Chronicles, which should be loading in just a second on your screens.
Sega.
Wow, that's loud. Valkyria Chronicles is a game that takes place during World War II in a fictional country called Europa. And it is the story of a group of fighters called Gallia, which would be quintessentially like Poland, I suppose, during the war. Anyways, this game was fantastic. It was amazingly done, a very balanced, wonderful RPG, very hand-drawn watercolors, as you can see in watching right now. But it was for PS3 originally. I beat it on that console. However, the game wasn't received very well. I mean, it was received amazing. Everybody who played it loved it, but it wasn't. It didn't sell a ton, so it never really got. It got a sequel on PSP, but that sold even less, so it didn't get another. It didn't get another game. It did in Japan, but not over here in America. And yeah, okay, that's how I skipped that. So, new game.
The year was 1935 EC. Two powers controlled the continent.
Does have
In the
subtitles.
east, the sun rose over the autocratic East European Imperial Alliance, otherwise known as the Empire.
Germany.
In the west, a network of loosely allied democracies formed the Atlantic Federation. Both powers depended on a precious mineral, Ragnite, for their survival, and its growing scarcity led to the inevitable war. Hostilities began in the east when the Empire aggressively crossed their western border. The Atlantic Federation responded, and the Second European War was on. The Empire, with its vast military superiority, struck hard, gaining ground in early victories and putting the Federation on the defensive. Emboldened by their progress and momentum, the Empire set their sights beyond the borders of the Federation. In neighboring Gallia, a peaceful principality along the sea, they found their next victim. Gallia had long maintained its neutrality in the tensions between the two superpowers. But the rich stores of Ragnite under the Gallian soil proved too tempting for the Empire. It amassed troops along the eastern border and invaded with all the force of an avalanche. Prologue. Gallia to arms.
Sorry, I'm back now. I just needed to get some water. A new episode has been added. So this is how the game takes place. It tells you everything through the use of a storybook, essentially. Like that.
March 1935. Outside the Gallian border town of Brule.
Had to plug my headphones back in so they get some battery.
Residents are leaving the town before the invasion, headed inland towards the capital.
I haven't been down this road in years. It really hasn't changed very much. Whoa. Already?
This is our main character, Welkin.
Beautiful. Starting early this year. You're heading upstream, huh? How's the water?
I believe his name is Welkin Gunther. I'm not sure off the top of my head. He's an artist, and he studies science and nature and wants to be a professor.
Freeze! Put your hands in the air. Slowly.
This is the other main character, Alicia Melchiot.
Haven't seen you around before. What's your name?
My name's Welkin. And you are...
The one with the gun. We're with the Brultown Watch. I'm Alicia. Alicia Melchiot. So, I'm wondering what you've been writing in that little book you've got there. Imperial spies are in the area.
This book is nothing, really. I was just sketching the fish, and, you know...
Yes. Oh, I know. And you know there's a war on, don't you? All right then, Mr. Artist. We'll talk about fish sketching down at the station. Take him away.
Thanks, fish.
I don't think you can arrest somebody like that on suspicion of being a spy. But anyways, so the cool thing about this is you can go back at any time and view any of the other stories. Any of the cutscenes or anything that you wanted to see.
Dogs and fish. You're not bad with a pen, are you? I have to say, they're really very good.
Thank you. So you see, I really was just sketching.
Maybe. Or this could be some kind of secret code. And I intend to take my time finding out for sure.
Great.
Welks? Is that you?
Isara! Oh, your timing is perfect.
What have you gotten yourself into now, Welkin? Wait. Don't you live at the old general's house? That's right. I'm General Gunther's daughter, Isara. You do know everyone's supposed to evacuate, right? Yes, I'm aware of that. My brother's here to help me move to the capital, but that may be difficult. I mean, unless you're willing to let him go, that is. Huh? I apologize, but I was just doing my job, you know.
Your job involves arresting random people
I'm really sorry about
in the street.
Thanks. Don't worry about it. I can see how I might have looked a little suspicious.
I don't.
He has a real passion for observing nature. That's why he's studying it at the university, right?
Guilty as charged. I get so into it sometimes I forget where I am or that somebody might be watching me.
Gunfire! Everyone keep your heads down!
Well, by that time you'd be dead.
Come on! Damn it!
Welkin, you can handle a gun, right?
Yeah. I mean, I made it through training anyway.
Well, they're probably just a small scouting team. We should be able to take them out.
I'm with you.
Okay, so each about saving the game. Open the menu by pressing the F button to save the game. So save. Did I save there? Save. With it. This is so weird. Yeah, so you could do episode select, so like if I wanted to I could go back and watch any of these again, but we'll just start with the mission. So, the reason I was saying that is weird is because I gotta use W to maneuver stuff, and the button the left mouse button to activate stuff. But each mission you get this map that shows you the overall map of the town, where you are and where the enemies are, and it shows where you should move and where they shouldn't be moving, but nothing works as planned, obviously. Each one of the missions has ways to fail if your two main characters, Welkin or Alicia, die, or if 20 turns pass. Every single mission in the game has a 20 turn time limit to it. Every one of them.
I see 3 of them.
That's 3 too many.
So I'm going to explain real quickly how this works.
Listen a second.
They're going to explain it. I remember, so I'm going to explain it. Anyways, up in the top, you see the command points. Way up at the top here, you see the command points. The command points, each unit takes up 1 command point to move. Welkin and Alicia are leaders. That's why they've got the little icon next to their name. They take up, they actually give you a bonus command point while they're on the field and alive. And then there's a town watchman. So what you do is you click on one of them, it uses up a command point. Okay. And then there's a bar down at the bottom, which is called your action points. That's how much time that they have to move. So as long as they are, as long as they have that bar, they can still move. So, crouch, target mode, aim for the head, and fire.
Yes.
Okay, so he still has some action points left, so he can still move a little bit, even though he can't fire again this turn. He can still move. Sandbags, what they're showing you right now is that you noticed how in that last fight it said it was going to take 7 shots to kill him, and then as I got or aimed at his head, it only took 2. That's called a damage bonus. And if you're crouched behind sandbags, you can't. The enemies can also do the same thing. They can get headshots. So if there's an enemy or you crouch behind a sandbag, you can't get that headshot bonus. So what I'm doing right now is I am setting up a defensive firing position, because much like the enemies, how they are shooting at me while moving, I can also shoot at the enemies while they're moving. I could have actually used Alicia right there and shot, and I didn't think about that. But there's the map. So we're going to take this town watchman and put him right there. Target mode. So as long as you're in target mode, you can be there forever. The enemies can't shoot you. But so you see the there's some other stuff like the Ragnite, which is healing stuff. I could use it to heal either one of them. The rifle, usually they have grenades. And you see up at the top, you see how many shots it takes to kill, how many shots I'm going to shoot, and what my weapon's particularly effective against. Circle means it's effective, X means it's not effective. So we aim, 2 headshots, perfect. And now we have him facing that way, and that phrase. So our turn's now over. And when you run out of command points, it will ask you, do you want to end your phase? Yes. Now it's the enemy's turn. They operate under the same principle as you do, but since my people are in a defensive firing positions, they will automatically start firing. And now you counterattack. Boom. Done. Completed the operation. That was a pretty simple operation, but the ones in the future get a lot more complicated. You get a ranking based on how many turns it takes you to complete this. And that's how you get money and experience to level up your people.